So when Trump was first elected,
I
I
can't hear you.
I could everyone else hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me. Yeah, I'm doing my
It's
my
very
thing
low,
here.
Scott.
What's that?
Your volume is low.
My volume is low. Okay, let's do this. Okay, is that better? Okay. All right. So this incredible thing happened when Donald Trump first got elected. I was given the gift of writing a book called How to Evolve During the Trump Experience, Whether Humanity Joins You or Not, filled with poetry, humor, and wisdom about just that. And in fact, I'm going to read you the poem on the back of the book.
Can it be a little bit louder?
No, sweetheart, I did all I can. Oh, except I can just yell. Donald Trump is not a problem to be solved. He's an in-your-face wake-up call, a calling to evolve. As this book assists you to do your inner work, Trump may still be acting like an insensitive jerk, but he won't continue to jerk your chain because you'll have discovered how to remain in your peaceful, playful, and powerful center where love and joy and immigrants can enter. So, here we have a situation where two people are running for the president of the United States of America. You might like one better than the other, but I possibly you'll agree with me that they're both old school, meaning they've been trained in the school of fear, guilt, punishment, scarcity, and looking out for number one. It's just old thinking. And what that does to the global collective consciousness is it puts the individual in the awakening mode. Oh my God, I'm not going to be saved. There is no Obama, yes, we can energy going on. Not that that worked very well, but there is nothing outside me that's going to save me. The world I see, political or otherwise, holds nothing that I really want or need. So it allows us the freedom to just let it go, to let go of the battleground and be all right with that. So you may have your preferences and go out and vote and all that silly stuff. No, thank you, Ravi. Right now. So that's fine. But boy, what an opportunity to detach from thinking that your power is outside of you. Course in Miracles says, my salvation is in me. So the inept system, Congress gridlocked, perfect, perfect, perfect. The other thing we do as spiritual beings is we detach from our precious opinions. Because once you get hooked into, I like this one, I hate this one's better, this one's worse, once you get hooked into your story, you're in the courtroom rather than in the playground. You're on the battlefield. Maybe you're reporting about the battle, but you're still making it real. So Donald Trump and Joe Biden, this isn't a perfect metaphor, but humor me for a moment. Imagine that they're the prosecuting and the defense attorneys in some kind of courtroom. And let me get personal. Let me tell you how this reflects my inner world. Recently, I was told by my coach to make a list of all the shoulds that I have in my consciousness. I should be more orderly. I should have, sold more books, blah, blah, blah. And, I should be more like James Twyman, more out there in the world. So I've been making a list of my shoulds, and I've been noticing that my ego mind goes from I am a failure and all these shoulds are the reasons why I feel that way about myself, to wait a second, I'm a success. Look at what I've done, blah, blah, blah. Look at all the good things. And both ego positions, imply that my worth is about what I do. So the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney have no clue who I am and how lovable, worthy, and incredibly luminous I am, no matter what I do or don't do, no matter what I accomplish. So it's like, no, let me not feed the defense attorney so that I can escape the prosecuting attorney. Let's get out of the courtroom entirely. Same thing when you read the news, or I guess people don't read anymore. When you, whatever you do, it's like, it's not you. That's the insanity. That's the insane assignment. What you can do, if you feel like being informed, if that's an old habit of yours to stick with current events, it's okay. But let it be an opportunity to bless rather than to judge. Because everything you see is pain being acted out and reenacted. It's all suffering of some kind. When Donald Trump lounges in his, expensive places, he's experiencing scarcity. Why does he think he needs to accumulate more buildings, more money, more power, prestige? Because deep down there's that I'm not enough. And nothing can fill that void. Because it's not real. It's not a real void. But as long as he's in the process of trying to fill it, we bless him. Because greed is another form of scarcity. It's another form of the illusion of separation. It's no different than fear. So while the Democrats and Republicans are playing Toss the Guilt, that's what they're playing. They're playing a game called Toss the Guilt. We stand back. We see the innocence in both parties, and therefore we see it in ourselves. This reminds me of a segment from one of my poems in the book, Oh, the Places Your Ego Will Go, where I'm talking about the courtroom drama being played out in your head. And I want to read it to you. When you've got guilt, you're on your own case, and your head's like a courtroom, a humorless place. The district attorney outlines your trespasses as if he was wearing a dark pair of glasses, glasses that block out your truth and your light. He's your prosecution, and he might win this fight. Not so fast, says your diligent defense attorney, as he outlines the good things you've done on your journey. Objection, objection, the DA protests and presents more proof that in truth you're a mess. And on, these attorneys, they fight all night and all day and all night, both trying their best to be heard and be right. And when they cross-examine, battle, and spar, they both have no clue of the true you are. 'Cause the you down in Trueville is never on trial. Underneath the adult is an innocent child, whose report card in truth has no guilt to report. Your case has been settled and laughed out of court. There's no judge or jury, and it's starting to dawn. Being stuck in a court is not where you belong. So you start tuning out all the static and noise and start tuning into what brings you more joy. You take off your tight, stuffy courtroom attire and slip into whatever your heart does desire. Your heart, not the court, is now leading the way, which leads you back to church from your childhood days. The priest in the booth says, "My child, where have you been? It's been years and I'm ready to hear some new sins." But nothing prepares him for what he hears next. It's more blasphemous than the scandalous sex. "Father, forgive me, for I've been pretending that something was wrong with me that needed mending. I thought there were hoops I must jump through first, before being happy and knowing my worth. And now I am finding my treasures on earth are here in this body, this temple, this church. Oh, the moments I missed and the joys I denied me, to atone for some guilt that I thought had to guide me. But I'm off of the cross now and finally can say, I confess I am innocent. Goodbye and good day." Now, some people got really a little jolt of juice, of happiness, of joy when Trump got convicted. Maybe he'll get what's coming to him. Maybe he'll get what he's been dishing out. Maybe he'll be punished. Maybe he'll go to jail. Oh, how exciting that would be. Really? Isn't that your own guilt projected out so you can get some temporary relief from your own courtroom drama? Maybe you're in jail, and it just feels good temporarily to put him in jail in your thoughts. Here's the kind of jail I fantasize about. I would love to see Donald Trump in a situation where he is behind bars. But there's this beautiful, beautiful prison with lots of flowers and lots of nature and love and nurturing. And he sits in a circle. He's forced. He has to. And there's lots of luminous, loving beings who surround him. And this happens, let's say, 2 hours a day in the court side. And they put up their hands. And he's not allowed to speak, not allowed to defend himself. And if he does, we put a piece of tape on him. And one by one, people say, I see your never-ending thirst, and I adore who's behind that. And the next person, I see how gifted you are at manipulating and how dishonest you are with yourself about it. And I see the child behind all that before you were wounded by your father, and I adore the real you. And so on and so on. I see the mask, but that's not you, and I adore you. And just every day to be saturated with this, whether he gets it or not, we can't control somebody else, but daily repetition of love without conditions puts the key in the ignition. And that's our mission. That's our mission, to love without condition, to rise above the battlefield and hold still to what is real, and let the insanity take its time to heal. But you and I don't need to feel like we're burdened by some U.S. election, as if there's something outside God's perfection, as if it's possible to make a disconnection and see love and fear and guilt and pain as if they were real, shame. Nah, We just made a mistake. It's already been corrected. The universe has already been so beautifully perfected. So let the election play out. So be it. We are now awake. There is no mistake. Mwah. That, my friends, is what we are here to do in the face of the 2024 elections, Donald Trump, Joseph Biden, all of it. We're here as angels. Have fun.